Is this video going to be absolute chaos? Yes. Why, yes, it is. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. If you are subscribed, thank you for staying subscribed. If you are new here, hello. My name is Roxanne, also known as Bai Bun. I'm a artist, illustrator, and maker of things, and newcomer to the world of Happy Planner. I'm in the cult now. I'm in the Happy Planner cult, and I've never been happier. You have watched a couple of my planner hauls here on the channel. If you haven't, I will put those down below for you. If you want to go check those out, you can see me tumbling down this deep, dark, yet beautiful rabbit hole that is Happy Planner. Also over on my Patreon, I've really been documenting the process since July is when I made the switch from my Hobonichi to the Happy Planner, and I've really been kind of documenting that process of kind of getting my planner set up, creating some new systems for myself, and kind of getting myself settled into this big planner here that I absolutely love. That said, we are now months later. I've been in this again since July, so I have a couple of months under my belt. We are transitioning into fall season. I have purchased lots of fun, cute new things, and I want to get myself sort of situated for fall. So what I want to do is, here's the goals for this video, okay? There's a lot we're going to try to do. This may be multiple parts, this may be multiple videos. I don't know how this is all going to shape up, but number one, I want to get myself set up for fall. So that means taking some things out, putting some things in, etc., getting a new cover. I have new discs, all of that jazz, okay? The second part of that is setting up an archive planner. I have pages in here that I'm ready to move out and get into an archive, and I don't have that set up yet, so that definitely needs to happen in this video. The third thing is that I'm gonna start to pull things aside for a tarot journal. The more that I have used this system and kind of created my own out of this, the more I kept realizing how perfect it would be for setting up a tarot journal. I do lots of tarot journaling. It's actually something that's never seen the light of day, like it's never been on camera anywhere. And that's partially because it's in a composition notebook and I kind of can't hide certain things, whether it's tarot readings for other people or my personal readings or what have you. So I thought if I did it in a disc-bound system like this, it would be really great to be able to move things around, have separate sections for like major arcana, minor arcana, personal readings, readings for friends, etc. I just thought that this system would be so great for that. So that is kind of the next thing. And that is part of my motivation too for getting my planner set up for fall. Sorry for the ring light glare, by the way, just it is what it is. That's part of my motivation as well for getting set up for fall, is that I want to start pulling out things and mentally organizing in my brain a tarot journal too. So lots to do in this video, but we are going to go ahead and get started. I don't know if do I give you a tour of my planner first? My God, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. Maybe I give you like a quick tour, a quick little flip of this, just so you can kind of see what we're working with. And then I will start to tinker, and maybe we'll do a music montage of the tinkering. And then I'll pop back in with some real-time commentary of what's going on. So let me give you a little quick flip of my current setup and kind of the things that we need to move around. All right, quick flip through tour. If there are any sudden cuts, by the way, it's because it's just personal stuff that I don't want on camera. So just a preface there. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. Now, the front of my planner is a little bit of a hot mess because I had stickers in here that I just put adhesive on the tape on the back of and stuck in there so that I could take them out and still be able to repurpose them. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tour this as we take it apart. That actually makes a lot of sense. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. So yeah, we'll make some adjustments of things as we kind of go along here. But yeah, these big stickers here, I really love them. So I just put sticky stuff on the back of him and stuck them in there. And I recently came in and yanked a bunch off because I redecorated my Kindle, which you will see in a future reading vlog, by the way. So I have like some random stickiness around here, so I definitely need to do some rearranging of kind of the things, and I'm going to change out this cover anyways, so it's totally fine. So we've got sort of my little front page with just fun, spooky stuff. There used to be more things in here, but again, I yanked them out like a crazed animal. We have sort of my yearly overview here. I did have just some lists of some goals I'd like to do For the rest of the year, some things that I'm high level things that I'm thinking about for 2025. This is by no means sort of set up. As you can see, I put post-it notes in here to kind of come back and make a more decorative version of this. This is something I would like to do in my new fall setup. So that's what's going on there. In this sort of overview section with the monthly, I don't know what you would call this, monthly full month vertical setup, I use this to track my video requirements. So these are the minimum amount of videos that I have to do every single month. I have my Patreon requirements up at the top, and then I have my YouTube requirements down below. Obviously, YouTube is not a requirement, but my internal goal is to always put out a video a week. So that's at least 4 videos a month typically. And then Patreon, I usually average, well, again, these are my minimum. It's usually like 6 videos on Patreon a month usually. So a lot of content. It's a lot of content that I have to juggle, and I have to make sure that I try to get stuff done. So this is my way of sort of doing that, making sure that I'm doing all of my mandatory videos. Well, Patreon, it is mandatory, and my YouTube goals. And then I've just have learned to just make space next to it, and so I jot down what the video is. I highlight it as we go along. You might see here some of these little videos have little check marks next to them. That's how I kind of just denote like it's in progress. So a number of these videos, actually the month that I'm in currently for September, I already have YouTube videos done for every week. I just have to edit them. So once I edit them and schedule them, then I come back in and I cross them out. I also like to have my books read area here. I have a lot of places where I put where I'm reading throughout my planner, but this is just fun because it gives me a monthly overview of like how many books did I read for the month. And actually I need to put a little note here. I read 6 books in the month of August, physical books. 2 of them were ginormous, by the way. The Plated Prisoner series is, have you seen those books? They are bricks. They are literally bricks. And I read 2 of them last month. Anywho, so I like just having the little monthly overview here of the books that I read as well. So this is something that gets used quite a bit. So you'll notice that the front part of my planner has its own little section, and it's kind of like my work tracker, productivity sort of lists like this, where any kind of work related thing, I come up here into the front. So this is definitely going to get moved over. We have my video list of things. This is my YouTube video list, and then I also have a Patreon one as well. The list here is sort of my running list of video ideas or videos that I want to film. As I film them, I cross them off, and then they get dumped over into the filmed need to edit list. So you can see here, I have 3 videos sitting in my YouTube list to be edited. And for Patreon, I have 3 Patreon videos sitting in my to be edited list as well. This system works really well for me. I used to have something similar that was like a whiteboard where I had a running list of videos to film, what's been filmed, what needs to be edited. And it just helps me sort of track, and it makes it a lot easier too that in my weekly section, I can just put edit videos, and I know that I'm referencing this. Because there are times where I'll be like, I'm in the mood to edit this video, or you know what, let me move this video to go up next week, and I'll move the other one to the next week. There's a lot of shuffling around, and I just found that I kept rewriting a lot of stuff or feeling like I wasn't getting stuff done in my weekly situation because my video, my content creator part of things needs to be very flexible, both in what I'm filming, what's partially filmed, what's edited, what's scheduled, etc. There's a lot of videos that I juggle day to day. So having these lists here are really great. This system is working great. I think as soon as I max this out, I would set up another one exactly the same way. There is a gardener outside, and I'm really hoping you can't hear that because I'm going to keep filming anyways. On the back of my Patreon video list, I have my Patreon archive update. I've slowly been trying to update my archive over on Patreon because I have literally hundreds of videos over there that need to be archived. So I just ripped this out of my Hobonichi and stuck it in here. This right here is proof of why I switched to a happy planner, because I had so many lists like this that I needed to come back and refer to that was a nightmare to be flipping back and forth in the Hobonichi. It's why I needed a system like this. We have my Disneyland trip tracker where the trips that I've done for this year are here, just some high level park goals here. And then on the back, I have Disney plans in the future. So people, events, dates I want to kind of keep an eye on of maybe some future trips. We've got some book stuff here. I'm definitely going to make some changes to this. I originally thought I wanted to have a full physical list of all of the books that I own, but I have found that this might not be the most helpful thing for me. I actually am thinking about creating a Notion for my physical TBR. More on that in a future video. On the back, however, I have all of the books that I've read for this year. So I just wrapped up my 37th book and I have all my ratings next to it. I really like this list a lot and it's really fun to update. So this is definitely going to be moving over. And what I'm thinking here is I'm just going to utilize this sheet. I'll just cover up the top and maybe create some little mini lists of sorts. My buddy read plans with my best friend Allie. We read a lot of books together. Having our buddy read list here, having books that I want to read in 2025, books that I have to read by the end of this year, etc. I thought this might be a good way to kind of, redo this a little bit here. So that's what's going on there. These are some things that I'm definitely going to be moving into the archive. We're getting into archive planner territory. As I was leading up to launching my online class, Sketchbook Summer, I had a lot of videos that I needed to edit. This is literally just the back side of the videos. That class has 33 videos in it. So there was a lot of things that I needed to track. So this was the system that I set up to do that, to note whether something's been edited, exported, viewed by one of my screeners or backed up, etc. All of that was happening here. On the back is my planner plans list. I don't need this, obviously, moving forward because the class is out, it's done. But this is something that I would like to maybe update and get a little bit of a cleaner list going for the new planner. They're just ideas of things, having a house list, Etsy shop to-dos, that sort of stuff. But a lot of this I've already kind of have done in other places in this, so I actually don't even know if I need a planner plans thing. This was really helpful when I had first switched to this system and I was trying to just organize all of the ideas in my head, and it worked out really well. And as you can see, I did a number of these things. I came in and highlighted them off. I especially love to hear in my absolute Delulu ideas for future planners, a tarot planner is at the top of this list. So past me has been brewing on this idea for a while, so I'm very excited about it. More Sketchbook Summer stuff. This was high-level to-do list things. As you can see, I still have some minor little things on there, but this can get archived. This is Etsy shop things. This can also get archived, and with some newer things because there's some ideas for stuff in here. This was my launch week of Sketchbook Summer, and I used this page because I thought that it was really helpful just to see my high-level to-dos of what I needed to do to launch the online class. And this was really, really helpful to do that because it's usually the week when I'm launching a class is incredibly stressful, and I have to make sure that I cross my T's, dot my I's, and this is how I did that. On the back of this here, I also have my brainstorm for my tarot planner ideas of my different sections that I thought that I could create, just some general little notes. Again, it's just something that it was in my brain. I needed to get it down. I operate, as a creative person, I operate really well with lists and physically writing things. So it just helps me sometimes. I just need a page to just dump it here. So I know I put it somewhere and I have it so I can reference it or whatever. Or sometimes I brain dump ideas like this just to get it out of my system. And then sometimes I'll realize okay, maybe this isn't such a good idea. And then I won't execute it. So I don't know. I'm just a big fan of lists. So that's that. But you can see a number of these back sort of pages here that were really project specific sort of things can definitely get archived. So you can see in the front here is all of my sort of work page things. This setup is working very well, where my front has my more work checklist tracker related things. And then we move on into the monthly section. Now I am going to skip a few areas here because this is personal. Again, this is why I have struggled with doing my planner on YouTube and why I typically do it on Patreon. I think I can show this. Okay. So just to show you my monthly is very boring and very naked because this needs to be like my workhorse area. When someone gives me a date for something, this is the first place I'm going, and it's with a pencil. It's almost always in pencil so that I can erase and move things around. I don't overly decorate. I don't do a lot of crazy stuff. It needs to be a very functional place. From here, I then take my dates and then I pop them into my weekly section. Now, my weeklies have evolved significantly from what they were to what they are now. What they are now is absolute chaos, and I love it. I love it. They don't start like this, okay? I have a system, which if you want to see more of how this system came to be, I will point you to Patreon. In the future, however, I can try to do a plan with me video. What I typically do and why it also works well on Patreon is that I do sort of planner journal with me video, like a videos, and I film snippets over the course of a month, and then I edit them together into a planner journal with me sort of session. But yeah, this has kind of been the evolution of things. Again, they don't start out like this. I'm just trying to, it's hard because I'm filming now at the end of a week, so even my current week is kind of chaotic, but this is sort of how it starts, and I have my rows of things. My top row, as you can see, the vertical format works very well for me. My top row is like my physical appointments, physical things that I need to be somewhere, do something, etc. My middle row is my work related things, videos to edit, stuff to make, art, blah, blah. It's all my buy bun stuff is in the middle here. On the bottom is my personal things. So as the week goes on, I have my lists, etc. And when I get to the middle point of the week, I do a quick eval. Is there something that I need to move over into the rest of the week? Is there something, okay, Delulu, this needs to get moved to the following week, what have you. And then I come back in and I do what I like to call the sticker barf. And I cover it with stickers. So I'll cover the week, then I'll finish the rest of the week, and then I'll come back, cover it up with all sorts of fun stuff, and then roll into the next week. So it starts as a very functional, clean space, and then I come back and I do the sticker barf that makes me oh so happy. I also try to save little things from my week, like little tags of things, pictures, and I will try to put some of those in there so that I have kind of, that's the journal part of it, right? Because that was a big part of my Hobonichi, is that it was both I'll talk about this in a second. It was both my planner, but it was my journal too, where I would jot down little notes of things, paste in random little bits and bobs from the week, whatever it is. The other thing too you'll notice is that I try to thematically choose a color and lean into that color for the week. So you can see I leaned into kind of orange. I already had the washi tape in there, so I just had to live with that. This week I leaned into like blue and black. I find that it's easier for when I come to do the sticker barfing. I can kind of rummage for specific colors, and it makes it a lot easier. You can see sometimes I try to group things thematically too, with like I did a lot of butterflies this week and black cats and stuff like that. Moving into the current month here, I have not really found a true purpose for the monthly sort of dashboard situation quite yet. Right now I've just been decorating it. I do like having just some high level goals for the month, or like bigger sort of things that I know we're doing. That's really fun to put up there, but I haven't really found a functional thing for this quite yet. I don't know if I ever will, honestly. It might just be a decorative thing. I don't know. This little habit tracker is actually for my 5-year journal catch up that I am doing. I am documenting this for Patreon, so I will default you to that. But this has been very handy having this in here. The habit tracker is for the classic size, and it's kind of fun that it's I'm able to like stagger them like this. I like that a lot. Again, my monthly overview is boring, bland. I need it to be my workhorse. And here is my current week. So it is actually a Friday, the day that I'm filming this. So this half of this was decorated end of day Wednesday. This stuff I have started to decorate like this morning, kind of going into the weekend here a little bit. I also just know my weekends are usually like my fun family time. That's when we're out doing things and seeing people, socializing, etc. So I know I usually don't use a lot of that area for like to-do lists and whatnot. So I will sometimes lean into decorating it a little bit early. So you can even see here, I have my little planner set up for fall, all of the things that I wanted to set up in this video. So now I think we can go ahead and do that. So this is the current week. You can see I leaned into like black and gold was kind of the theme for this week. And here's the week ahead. So I won't do any decorating in this until Wednesday or Thursday, when I'm reevaluating what needs to be done for the rest of the week that I roll over or gets pushed into the week after. I don't do the crazy decorating until after everything is kind of said and done. I learned that the hard way. When I first started doing this, the desire to just decorate like crazy was like immediate. But then it just it's really hard for it to be a functional space then, right? When you really plunge into all that craziness. So again, my weeks start like this and then they end like this. Okay, so that kind of gives you a little bit of a tour. Moving ahead into forward months here. A number of these dividers I still really like, so I am probably going to move them over. But something that I will probably do is take out the weekly sections and just not put them back in until I hit that month, I think is what I want to do. Just to help like de-bulk it a little bit, because I do need the monthly overview up until March for sure. Like I just put in something for March yesterday, but I don't need all of this weekly chunk in here, right? Something else too, I have some pockets in the back that I also know I don't need this back here. I really don't dig into this stuff as often as I thought I would, so I want to get that out of there. I have new sort of blank pages that I think I want to add in to the back here. So there's some de-stashing I think that we can do back here and set up and either like, hey, this is my future stuff. Do I need like an archive, future planner bits? I don't know. But also just be thinking about that tarot planner as well as we go along here. So long-winded intro and flip through tour here. My God, this could have been a video on its own. Hey there, editing bun coming in hot. I am in fact going to break this up into 2 videos because as it turns out, I filmed way too much thinking that this was going to be one video. So stay tuned. I have a fall setup video coming up next that is going to be like a part 2 of this. Okay, so this is like current planner setup. Coming soon is the back half of this video of me creating that archive, setting up storage, as well as setting up my planner for fall. Why I needed to do that in quotations, I don't know, but I just felt the desire to do quotations. So I'm coming in to do a little outro for you here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this first half of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, consider subscribing. I put out a new video every week, and apparently that now also includes planner videos. As I said a number of times in this video, if you want more planner content, there is a lot over on my Patreon, so you can check that out. You can even see some of my previous like Hobonichi videos, because again, I've been a Hobonichi gal for 5 years at this point. So this was a really big change, getting this system set up, getting into Happy Planner, all that jazz. I am rambling. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new here. Otherwise, stay tuned for part 2. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!